Hello and welcome to my latest What Sold video. This is for the week of May 7th through May 13th, 2020. My name is Trisha and I am a reseller on eBay, Poshmark, Thredup, and Etsy, and my store name is SANDYANDOTTO. And for this week, I'm going to be going through the sales that I have for Poshmark, eBay, and Thredup. And my sales were down 9% this week, which is about $50 that I am off, but I am extremely thankful for all of the sales that I did have and put together some really fun bundles, which I will go through as we go through all of the items that I sold. I'm going to start with Poshmark. And interestingly, this item, this golf shirt by Jamie Sadek, is the only piece of clothing that I sold this week on Poshmark. All the other items are from the home category. And so this item, you'll see there's a running theme of $10 this week. Most items I think came through with a lot of best offers of $10, and I did take a lot of offers for items. So this one in particular was really nice. It's a size large. Really had fun accents, I think, in here with the way that it's designed. And again, people are now able to go out and play golf, hopefully safely. And I'm staying at home right now. And but for anybody who can get outside and get into some of this recreational, it's a great time to pick up some new clothing for that. And but yeah, this is the only piece of clothing that I sold, so I thought that was very interesting. This is a West Elm vase. West Elm, this particular item is, well, West Elm is very popular, and this particular item brought in a lot of traffic to my store. It had a lot of likes on it, but it did have a couple of, I'm going to say little doinks right here. A couple little chips out of it, which may have deterred people from buying it, but I did get a best offer of $10, and so I did accept that. And she wrote a note back when she got it, and she loves it, and so I'm very happy. It was very nice. It wasn't super tall, 6.5 inches tall, so it wasn't very big, but it would look great on a tabletop. Next up is a bundle. So this was a kind of brown and cream glazed, what am I trying to think of, planter or vase. And that went with this pair of salt and pepper shakers. Very nice mid-century modern kind of Art Deco feel to these, although they were modern because they did have plastic stoppers on them. They did have that feel of, you know, the past decades, and the tops look like they screwed on, but they didn't. But it was just a really nice look to them. And so I was really glad when somebody paired all of these together because they kind of have that mid-century modern feel. This vintage cat planter. Really good condition on this. No chips or cracks or anything that I could see on it. Very regal looking cat. It was marked USA on the bottom here. But otherwise really good condition on this. And the salt and pepper shakers were in great condition, and the planter here was also in really good condition. This may have been somebody's project piece or something. It does look like maybe it was trying to have some kind of a marking on the bottom that I just couldn't quite make out what that was, but it had a really nice look to it. Very unique piece. And then up next, is that the one? Yes. And then up next is this vase. I've used it a few times and had it in various spots, but just decided I just wasn't going to really use it anymore. And this is kind of the time when we're going through and cleaning out little areas of our house and kind of deciding, I don't really need this anymore. So I will just go ahead and find it a nice new home. This was probably a piece that originally came from a florist. And then I picked up at a yard sale at some point because it was really pretty. It still is really pretty, but yeah, just didn't really find I was using it anymore. So it is off to a nice new home. Oh, and that one was a best offer of $10. Next up is another best offer of $10. These cast iron trivets. I love picking these up because the designs are so unique and they're so colorful and very, very interesting. This was like a coffee grinder design. This was made in Japan. It does have the made in Japan. It was missing one of the little what am I trying to think of what this was called? The rubber stand cover. I guess I called it in the listing because I couldn't think of what else to call it. It was missing one because these are just barely on there, so that's going to happen. But really, really fun design on there. So I love picking those up because they look great on a counter, but they also look really nice on a wall. And another bundle that was put together, I found these are Ray Dunn mugs, but they're part of a kind of a different kind of series that was done. So this was part of a fishing series. This was Catch. It has Catch on one side, and then it has there we go, a net on the other side. And another one, this is a part of a running series, so it has Start with the little whistle on the other side. And this one's part of an office series, Edit, and so they have the little scissors back there. So yeah, so these were really fun. With the kind of the Poshmark 5-pound weight requirements and the weight of these mugs, I was really only comfortable shipping 3 of them together in a box. I really felt like that was about all that the post office probably could handle without banging it around too much. I pack these things with a lot of care and a lot of packing materials to make sure that they do arrive safely. And, that's one of the things. The good thing with Poshmark is you do have that 5-pound limit to work with. So when you're selling a single item like this one or this one, it's very easy to pack with a lot of care because you have up to 5 pounds to work with. So you're not worried about the weight requirements. When you get into bundles, like this bundle and this bundle, then you have to start being a little careful with the weight because you're going to very easily exceed that 5-pound requirement. And so you kind of have to watch for that. There are times when people want to bundle things together in Poshmark, and I have to kind of say, well, I can bundle this, but I have to be really careful about bundling other things with it because it just won't work with the 5 pounds. And then they do have incremental increases after that, but I think after 2 of them, it's almost $8 where to get up to like 7 pounds, where you might as well just make it a separate transaction and pay the $7.11 shipping and then have 5 more pounds to work with. So you kind of have to look at the shipping price requirements and find the best options to work with for Poshmark. So those were my Poshmark sales, all 10 of them. Moving on to eBay. First up are these really cute shorts. These were Vanilla Star, distressed with lace, really cute details, nice frayed edges on those pockets, lots of pockets. And on these did sell for the sale price. I was running 17% off sale at the time, and they sold for $14.93, and the buyer pays shipping on all of my eBay purchases. I don't include free shipping on anything. Buyers pay shipping. Next up was this doll furniture, white wicker doll furniture. It did have some issues with some of the, I guess, the strapping on it. Not 100% on there, but a really nice set anyway, with all the little pieces of furniture. And those sold for the sale price of $12.79. Oh, I also want to mention that on all of my eBay items, I do run a 2% promoted listing in addition to having items on sale. But all of my items have a 2% promoted listing, very, very bottom of when you're creating your listing. You can put in a percentage to have it promoted. I just use 2% across the board. And of my 20 eBay sales, 11 of them came through the promoted listings. And I'll try to remember to point out which ones did. This is a twin sheet, Hello Kitty. And I did take a best offer of $15 on this one. Nothing fancy, just a pre-owned Hello Kitty. But people, can use that for fabric, for other crafts. They can use it for a twin sheet, obviously, the most obvious use for it. But they can also, use it for other crafting projects also. This one was an interesting pickup. I wasn't quite sure about it when I picked it up. And there's another one also that I have for sale. But when I looked at it, it was very nicely framed by a New York studio. But when I did some looking up on it, here's a little closer up picture of it. It is the Royal East Kent Regiment badge. No idea what it was, but when I Googled it, I was able to find it. And the person who bought it, I'm going to say, obviously knows what it is. And decided to purchase it. I have another one that says Ivanhoe on it, and I'm still not 100% sure exactly what it is. But I thought they were interesting and unique, and thought I would take a chance on them and do a little research and see if I could figure out what they are, which I have to say I'm still not really 100% sure. But maybe I'll get more information on it at some point. Next up is this vintage Victoria's Secret kind of tank top and bottoms set. These were my mother's, and she's not wearing this style of either loungewear or pajama anymore, and so they did sell for $19.99. Which was the 20% off sale. I had switched it up. It was 17% off. Then I ran a different sale at 20% off. And so these did sell. And oh, I was going to say the Buffs print, which we were just looking at, and this did sell through the promoted listing. I was going to show, this is the label. I believe that was from the 90s that she bought this. This is Capelli's, kind of a crochet patchwork, there we go, crochet patchwork handbag. Really nice floral fabrics used on this one. And this one did sell through a promoted listing also. It did sell for a best offer of $17.99. And oh, and the other side was this really nice denim kind of fabric, lightweight denim fabric. Really nice handbag. Next up is this Jeanette glass, really pretty vase, very, very heavy vase, and it had this kind of harp design throughout it. Very decorative, gold trim on the bottom and the stand, and then gold trim on the top also. And that sold for, oh, I had sent out an offer to watchers where I took another 10% off, so it sold for $10.79. Next up is this Coldwater Creek, kind of a, I guess it's like a carpet bag. I'm not sure what else to call it. Luckily, somebody found it. And I did sell this for a best offer of $20, and this did sell through a promoted listing. The one nice feature this had on the bottom were these little metal bits so that the bottom wasn't actually rubbing on the floor, or when you put it down, it wasn't rubbing on there. So it kept the handbag in really nice condition. There weren't any markings or anything on it. It was in really, really good condition. And up next is, here we go. Okay, so this was another bundle that was put together. So this is a Lefton candlestick holder, really pretty rose on there, and the bottom had, there we go, had part of a Lefton sticker on it, and that was bundled with this cute little ceramic soap dish with like a little mama kitten and a little kitten on there, all fancy with their hats. And the third piece was this really interesting vase, very small. It was only 6 inches high. Probably transfer on the design on here. Nice gold accents. There was that one little bit, oops, there we go, one little bit that I did mention. And then there was another bit in the handle. Oh, right here. There was another little, oops, a little bit right out there of the handle. The back did say 1959 on it. And so I did mention, you know, here, and I try to find and mention, make sure I mention anytime that there's like a little bit of a defect in these items. And this one, oh, I forgot to mention the this was part of the 3-piece bundle. It sold for $30.31. And the reason again was because I had likers on items. I sent out offers for another 10% off. And so this person picked up on 3 of the items, had been, I guess, watching 3 of the items, had gotten the 10% off. And so, yeah, it ended up being $30.31, which was kind of a strange amount to come to. And these did sell through a promoted listing also. Next up are these embroidery, already completed, and they were framed. Here's the little back of the frames where they were taped in. But I love finding this type of work. that somebody did. I did a bunch of these when I was a kid. I really enjoyed them, but now they're really special. They're, you know, kind of unique pieces. And so these I ended up selling again. I sent out another offer for 10% off. So these were purchased for $9.35. Next up are these really fun jeans, Diane Gilman jeans. They were very heavily decorated, which I think is really fun and very expressive and unique. Really nice for summer to have something that's really fun and floral. And these I took a best offer of $26 on these. These were a size 16W. And these jeans I had gotten that I didn't pay for these jeans. They were given to me with a bunch of other items to go ahead and to sell or you know, re-give away. This one I decided to go ahead and put up to auction just to kind of break even on this one, because it did sell for $2.99, just because there was some extra wear on them. But I figured they're going to be good for another summer or two, just to give someone another option to wear for a couple more summers. Because they were Jones, New York, I felt that they were made well enough that even with the extra wear, they were definitely going to be durable and last for a while. So those were just kind of a break even if somebody wanted them. Otherwise, I would just put those in the stack that will be going to be donated. Next up is this really fun piece. This is from the Indianapolis Museum of Art. This is based off of a Robert Indiana oil on canvas, and this is Love 1966. But this is a really fun mug with the design all the way around it. And this one I did take a best offer of $12 on this one. Next up is more art. I love picking up art. I hate it going to the bins or to the landfill, because I usually will shop it at a regular Goodwill store or yard sales. But anytime I can pick up something that I think someone else will have an interest in, I definitely will pick it up and put it out there and see what happens. This was a really, really nice, but very small print. This was only like 9x7 in the frame. So you can see it's quite small, but the detailing in here is just amazing. How much detail the artist went into for making this. And like the little doll was having a tea party outside of the dollhouse. But definitely, I thought someone would have a really good interest in this. And this one did sell for the sale price of $20.74, and it did sell through the promoted listing. And next up is this Prana crossbody hemp, kind of a wallet, was really the best way to describe this. On the inside, it's really set up like a wallet with all these different compartments. It was in really good condition other than one little area here, which must be right where whoever owned it opened it all the time. This little area right in here had some extra wear on it, and I did make a note of that. Again, always trying to point out anytime I see something that somebody could think of as a flaw or a defect. I want to make sure people know about it, because they can't pick it up and feel it and see it for themselves. So I definitely pick those items out in pictures and descriptions when I can. This I did sell for a best offer of $14. And next up is this really cute Snoopy Year of the Tiger. Must have come out, I'm guessing, in 1998. Because of the wear on it, it seems like there's too much wear for it to have been a 2010 item, but I wasn't 100% sure. And I really couldn't find many of these, or any of these. So I wasn't really sure how to price it. I had originally set this up on auction for a starting price of $9.99 and didn't get any takers. I think I put it on there 2 weeks, and then I went ahead and listed it, and then I got somebody who offered $12, and so I took that because I had originally had it for $9.99. This did sell through a promoted listing also. This was a great find. I just loved this fabric. I saw it and just instantly said mine, and knew that I had to have this. I had to find a good home for this because it was just too good to, again, end up in the landfill. This was 5 yards worth of material. It did have a couple condition issues because I would imagine it's probably been sitting folded for quite a while, which I did try to, again, take pictures of and point out, but that design is it's just too much. And so this did sell through a promoted listing for $44.99. And my last eBay item is this really cute clown picture. I know a lot of people don't like clowns, but mostly I loved that little puppy down there. He is so cute, and it's a happy clown. But it was this really high lacquered wood. The print is on this really high lacquer wood, which is I'm trying to say. Really, really well done, but definitely vintage. Most likely from the 60s, I would think, maybe 70s. And the way the shipping costs worked out, I did take a best offer of $10.10 because when added to the shipping, that's how much the gal wanted to pay, and I went, absolutely, I can work with that. And this one did also sell through a promoted listing. So those were my eBay sales. And on to Thredup, where I sold this handbag. This was a really fun, I cannot remember the name of the designer that I thought it possibly was, but all these little folded pieces. And so it sold for $47.99. I received as my portion $13.92 on this one. And handbag sales are final sales, so you get paid immediately on those. This one was sold through a goodie box. So again, as soon as they processed it, I was able to get my portion of it. And these, let's see, oh yeah, these were size 16, so really good size, really beautiful design on these. My portion was $22.33 on that sale. This was Eileen Fisher. This was like a cardigan sweater with a belt on it. Really nice. Black is so hard to take a picture of. This one did sell to an outside customer back in March, and so I am just getting paid for it now, but my portion of it was $50.78 that I received on that. This one was also sold to a customer, and so I'm just getting paid for it. My portion was $6.30 for this item. What was it? Ken Sport, I think, was the name of who this was. I guess when they don't have a brand for it. It just gets considered assorted brands. Might have done better. Again, this was one of the first boxes that I sent in, and I'm learning and learning and learning and learning more and more about Thredup and how to work with Thredup. So we'll see going forward. I'm getting ready another big batch of things to send into them. So I will be updating my Thredup video series on that portion, again, kind of documenting everything I'm doing for Thredup. But this one was a blazer, which again was an outside sale back in March that I'm just getting paid for. My portion was $9.90 on this blazer, and I have to say, the way they styled this was fabulous. I never would have been able to style this the way that they did. So I am very happy to have sent this in and to have gotten almost $10 for, again, doing nothing and having them do all the styling on it, because it would not have looked this good, and I would probably still have it listed on Poshmark or eBay trying to get it to sell. But this one, it's sold fairly quickly, being a size 4, which is a little on the smaller side. So those were my sales. So let's go over the numbers real quick. My cost of goods for the 35 items, I annualized my cost of goods at $2.25. So my cost is $78.75. All of my fees, Poshmark fees, eBay, PayPal fees are $99.53. My total sales were $526.99, leaving a profit of, and the profit I figure works out a little bit with the way that eBay discounts some of the shipping. I end up sometimes making $1 or so on the shipping portion of it, or sometimes it just ends up kind of eating the PayPal and final value fees, which is nice because then that leaves a little more profit. So that's $415.45 for the week. Again, my sales were down 9%, which is about $50 for this week over the previous week. So thank you if you made it to the end of this video. Appreciate you watching and appreciate your time. Appreciate it also if you would subscribe for more content. I do these What Sold videos every week. I'm also adding to the Thredup content of selling on Thredup if you're interested in that, or if you're interested in any other types of videos, please let me know. Feel free to comment and like on your way out. And thanks again, and I will see you next time.